Hello 30 Rockers and welcome back to 30 Rock. Today is day 101 and I'm happy to say that I spent my day eating raw foods, getting back to yoga, and playing baseball in the yard with my kids, and I even ran the bases. I had to more than once because I hit a couple home runs, just saying. So it was a fantastic day. It was great to get back into the routine. When I went to yoga tonight, I talked to Suzanne, and she said, I'm not surprised you got sick. A lot of people do because, with the yoga, they start detoxing. And I did a lot of yoga in a short period of time. And sure enough, that could be part of what was driving some of my illness. It seems that every good thing I try to do, I end up having to detox, and it's not so surprising, and I certainly welcome more of it because that means there's more bad stuff coming out. But I was thinking about it today in yoga, and there is, I've read a lot of different things about detoxing, and I understand that even as we release weight, that there's toxins trapped in our fat and in everything else, and that as you release that, those toxins have to go somewhere. And if you're doing good things, they can get out of the body, and if you're not, they just remain stored in the fat. And I was thinking about if there was if there's 10 people on an elevator, and if all their toxins came out, would we condemn the elevator? We just might, because there's so much bad stuff in so many of the foods that we eat and the drinks that we drink. You get into soda pop and lemonades and all these other things that are out there, and we're toxic creatures. And to find that every new good thing that I'm doing for myself creates a new round of detox is it's a little bit scary, because you realize maybe the magnitude of how much bad stuff it is that we've all taken in over the course of however many years, until you started saying, hey, I want to do something about my health, and what I put into my body is important to me. I've talked to people that have been eating, going down the raw foods lifestyle path for several years that are still detoxing, and I certainly understand that after just 101 days. And I may say 101 days quite a bit in this episode as I pinch myself, because I never thought that I'd make it this far. And I am one of the things I'm going to talk about a little bit tomorrow is we hit day 100, and I said, okay, I've got a lot of good things going on, and the weight still continues to come off. It certainly slowed down from the first 30 days, but I'm at 101 days in. So I'm curious to know where I'm at, but the scale is not my only goal here. It is about complete and total vibrant health. And so it's about having good blood chemistry. It's about feeling great every day. It's about sleeping good. Thank you, Valerian. It's about all of those things that really make up the true health picture. And so, I've got the activity. I'm doing chiropractic. I've got the living foods. And so one of the things I want to do is analyze what it is that I'm eating on a daily basis, and see if there isn't something there that, even though I eat almost 100% purely raw foods, that isn't holding me up a little bit. Now, I think I know what that is, and I'm going to share it with you tomorrow, but I want to bring some numbers and statistics with me, because one of the great things about eating and living the raw food lifestyle is that you really don't need to count calories. Now, because I've got this big goal of where I want to get to, and I'd like to speed it up, it may make sense for me, or it does make sense for me, to pay a little bit more attention, just because I want to get my result a little bit faster. So I'm going to share that with you tomorrow. And I think that if you're at that point in your own journey where you're saying, okay, I'm eating raw foods, I'm feeling great, everything right now as far as my whole physical being is going really well, but I still have an outcome that I desire, and so are all the things that I'm doing, are they helping me reach that outcome? And I've got one thing that's probably not. And so I'm going to give you some numbers, and I'll share that with you tomorrow. Now, I don't think it's hurting my outcome, it's just making it slower. So I'd like a faster outcome. Not because I don't like visiting every day. I would love to be here on day 501 and sharing with you that I've reached all my health goals and what's next from there. So the last thing that I wanted to do tonight is I had promised a few days ago I would share some of the scenes, behind the scenes, before the Baby Expo. So I've got some pictures here of us preparing just some of the great samples that we handed out at the Expo, as well as loading up and getting into the Expo. And we actually had a couple of different areas there. And so before we got going, I snapped a couple of pictures of my lovely assistants, my daughter Rachel and Marissa, who is the daughter of one of my coworkers here at Pure Market Express. And so it was just great to have their help out there, and it was just a fantastic it's just a fantastic event, and we're hearing from people already on it today. So, and then the last thing that I want to talk about is tomatoes. Boy, I love tomatoes, and I hear there's a shortage going on, and I just couldn't help myself today. I saw these beautiful tomatoes, and I took 4, I think, or 5 tomatoes, cut them up in a bowl, added some salt, some pepper, some garlic, stirred it up, let it sit for about 4 to 5 minutes, and I got to tell you what, it was absolutely fantastic. And so if you remember on, I think, day 3, I was dreaming about ham. I'm sharing tomatoes today because last night all I could dream about was tomatoes. I wanted tomatoes like nobody's business. So after 101 days, my dreams are still about food, but they've gone from ham to tomatoes. And so that makes me very happy. So until tomorrow, keep making great choices out there and rock on.